Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Brian's Horror Corner, and welcome to this Simpsons Treehouse of Horror review video as part of my September series. So today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Simpsons Halloween special number 5 from season 6 overall. It's overall episode number 109 of the series. Um, so yeah, this is if this isn't at the top of my list at the end of the month, it's I'll be shocked because this is a fantastic Treehouse of Horror episode. Um, so yeah, like it aired on October 30th, 1994, um, and it doesn't have a wraparound anymore. However, they do have an introduction at the beginning of this episode where Marge comes out on stage as she did the first two Simpson Halloween specials. Um, and it kind of there's kind of a joke that it's so scary we can't show it. Instead, we're going to show you an old Western movie, and then Bart and Homer end up taking over your TV, and you get to see the sound of their voice, and Homer has a good time with that. So it's kind of somewhat entertaining opening to the overall episode, but yeah. So then we get right into our first segment, which is one of the great segments of all time, entitled "The Shinning," which of course is a take on The Shining. This was directed by Jim Reardon and written by Bob Cushel. Um, yeah, it's basically just what it sounds like. It's a takeoff on The Shining, and there's even a great joke in the segment about Bart making reference to, "Oh, you mean The Shining?" And another character says, "Shh, you want to get sued?" I really enjoyed that the first time I saw it, and even now when I watch it. What I really like about this entire episode, particularly this first segment, well, really all of them, but I'm a big fan of Groundskeeper Willie as far as one of the side characters of The Simpsons. He's definitely one of my top three or four side characters. It's not part of the Simpson family, and so you get a lot of him in this episode. In the Shinning segment, he basically plays I forget his name in The Shining now, but basically like the caretaker guy of that starts a relationship with oh my god, I'm drawing a blank here. Um, Danny, there we go, the boy Danny in The Shining. Halloran, that's his name. He basically plays that character in The Shining here, and he's really good. Homer's obviously really good. This is sort of his episode, where no TV and no beer make Homer go something something. That's kind of the tagline to the segment. But yeah, it's just fantastic from the jokes to all the characters. Great animation as well in this segment. I mean, The Shining is definitely going to be one of the very top segments of this entire of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. Not just this episode, but all of the episodes. Um, so yeah, that's kind of that one. And then moving on to the second episode, we have Time and Punishment, take off of A Sound of Thunder. This was written by Greg Daniels and Dan McGrath. Um, yeah, this is basically about Homer getting his hand stuck in the toaster, and he has to fix the toaster, and it's all like computerized and shit now, and he ends up every time the toaster goes down or the is engaged, he ends up going back in time, like the prehistoric days. And basically, the whole episode or the whole segment is about him trying not to change anything in the past and how it affects what happens in the present. So you get a lot of instances of him going back and things being completely different, and it's just a really fun take on time travel. And there's a lot of great jokes, and you get one segment where Flanders is actually like the superior leader of everybody, and everybody sort of has to dress like him and have a smile on their face, and that's a funny one. And then he comes back another time where Bart and Lisa are like huge, and he's like a little doll in the house kind of thing. And then yeah, there's just all kinds of great moments in this segment. And then we get another appearance by Groundskeeper Willie. He kind of has a returning in each of these segments, he kind of comes back to try to save the day and gets the same outcome. Unfortunately for him, in each segment, it's just there's a really funny ongoing joke that they did in this entire episode. So, yeah, Time and Punishment is fantastically entertaining. I really enjoy it. And then the final segment of this particular Treehouse of Horror episode might be one of the most disturbing. I don't know if I'd say it's scary, but it's definitely disturbing. And that's Nightmare Cafeteria, and this is based on Sullivan Green, written by David X. Cohen. This is basically just like what it sounds like. Bart and Lisa are at school, and the teacher, the principal, Skinner, stumbles upon the idea of because they're short of meat in the school cafeteria, he stumbles on the idea of basically cooking the kids for lunch and feeding all the teachers on them, which is really, when you think about it, it's a pretty scary and disturbing idea. And this is probably one of the few segments so far, at least, that the Simpsons actually do really enter into like horror, like disturbing territory, even though they don't really show anything, of course. But just the idea of it's pretty disturbing. You know, they have some of the kids caged up, and some of them are like in a fenced in area out behind the school. The free range children, as Skinner calls them. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a very kind of surreal and disturbing kind of segment. But it's fantastic, as all these segments are in this episode. And I forgot to do what I said I was going to do at the beginning of each of these reviews, which is um, give you the synopsis of what Treehouse of Horror is. So, also known as the Simpsons Halloween Specials, is a series of Halloween-themed episodes of the animated sitcom The Simpsons, each consisting of three separate self-contained segments. These segments usually involve the family in some horror, science fiction, or supernatural setting. It always takes place outside the normal continuity of the show, and is therefore considered to be non-canon. I'm supposed to say that at the beginning of each of these reviews, and I think this is the second or third time I forgot to do it. But excuse me. Anyway, yeah, those are the three segments for Treehouse of Horror, Simpsons Halloween Special number 5. Um, as I said, this isn't only one of the best Treehouse of Horror episodes. To me, this is one of the greatest Simpsons episodes. Period. Take the Treehouse of Horror out of it. It's one of my absolute favorite Simpsons episodes. So if I trying to rank these is very difficult, but I'd have to go to Shinning number 1, and then probably Nightmare Cafeteria number 2, just because of the horror and disturbing aspects of it. And I also think Bart and Lisa are very good in this episode, or this segment, as are all the teachers and Skinner. And even Marge, who's not in the episode very much, is great. She has a great joke in this episode, basically saying, "Go back to your teachers and tell them don't eat me." And then third, but by no means least, would be Time and Punishment, which again, it's one of the best segments. I really enjoy. You're going to see all three of these segments fairly high when I rank all 30 or so segments of the first 10 to 12 Treehouse of Horror episodes at the end of the month here. And on that caveat, I've decided that I was going to do seasons 2 through 10 and then 12. The hell with it. I'm going to include season 11 as well. I don't have it on DVD, but obviously I have Disney Plus, so I have access to all the Simpsons episodes and all the Treehouse of Horror episodes. So I'm just going to make a clean break and go 10 through 12 with it. As I said before, season 1 didn't have a Treehouse of Horror, but season 2 through 12, I'm going to be ranking all the segments at the end of the month and all the episodes as well in my final wrap up video. So stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to give you that caveat as well. But yeah, I absolutely love this Treehouse of Horror episode number 5. Go ahead and comment down below what you guys think of these segments in this overall Treehouse of Horror episode from season 6 of The Simpsons overall. It's probably my favorite, as you'll see at the end of the month. But be sure to like this video and hit the little notification bell down below so you don't miss any of these upcoming videos, reviews, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my great horror content. Not just the rest of this series, but what I have coming out the rest of the year as well. So thank you for watching this Treehouse of Horror video review, and stay scared. Bye.